Hello, guys. Welcome to Eurovision. Today I'm here with Madara from Latvia. She's one of the members of the duo Sinergija, who's participating at Supernova 2025. So, Madara, welcome. And how are you feeling?
Hi everyone. Yes, I'm really excited to talk a little bit more about our performance and our new song that we released, and also participation in the big Eurovision pre-selection 2025. So I'm really excited to talk about a little bit more.
Perfect. I had a little game to do with you and Marte. I didn't know it was just you on this interview, but I think you're able to respond to answer for
Sure.
the two of you, for the both of you.
Yes. Sure.
So I want to start with this break ice game that's called Who's the Most,
Oh,
and
nice.
I want to know who's always late from both of you.
Oh gosh, that's a good question. I think very often Marte is late because she's coming from another city. So it's
Okay.
the travel she makes to go to some rehearsals, and she might be late because she's just traveling really far. I'm a little bit closer than she is to the recording studio. So I think might be that she's a bit more often late, but I forgive her for traveling so far.
Yes, it's a plausible excuse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who eats the most snacks?
Who eats?
The most snacks.
I think me. I love food. I love eating. I mean, and if I don't have my some kind of snack with me, or I tend to get, there's this name, hangry. I I
Yes.
tend to get a little bit like this. So I think I would be more keen to have some snacks or some kind of food. Even during the recording sessions, I do need something, and it's always about shuttling, because if I have to sing, if I have to record vocals, I can't eat really exactly
Yeah.
before when I sing. So it's always about the shuttling and having something with me so I don't have to worry about it.
Who laughs the loudest?
I think me. I think I laugh the loudest. You will hear it probably also today in the interview when I will laugh, or I express myself. I do express myself quite loudly, and she's a little bit more
Shy.
warm. Yeah, a little bit more warm and shy, and a little bit more introverted, and like like this. So um I think I'm the loud one. That's why I think I'm doing the interview, because she's at home just
Okay.
being shy.
Yeah. Who's the biggest Eurovision fan?
I think me too, because uh because um uh, because since I remember myself, when I was growing up, since the first TV came up, I mean, I remember myself living, like, really as a child in this really tiny home, because we didn't have much money at that time, and we had this one room where was kitchen, and the other room where we lived, and in this other room where we had this little TV. I remember sitting as a child next to this TV, like in this evenings, or when the Eurovision Song Contest was already translated.
Hmm.
So one of the first performances, also, which had Latvia, I think it was 2000. Year 2000, I think, was the first year when Latvia participated with Brainstorm, our
Probably.
band. Yeah, and the song My Star. So I remember since that year, I always watched every show. And it was really exciting because I loved music. I was a little kid, but I already played cello. I started to play cello when I was 5 years old, so I was really
Wow.
tiny. Yes, I was still in the kindergarten, and like when everyone went to sleep, I had my cello lessons, and I was such a tiny little person and already into music. So it was a big thing. It was always very something special. And I think it comes I didn't know that I would be one of those who will participate in Eurovision, because you have to. I mean, it's a big goal. It's a big goal, and somehow my path connected with this path, with Eurovision path.
Yeah.
I in 2018, when I started to participate for the first time, and my song got the third place in the finals. I
Yes.
almost got there, but not yet. Um, so my path connected even more, and I got even more interested in Eurovision, and I watch it every year. We even have these little Eurovision parties where we ask friends to come together, and it's a big thing, and we like to comment, we like to look and analyze what is this year's special kind of moment for the artist. What is the thing that will grab audience this year?
Who do you think had the biggest moment at Eurovision from all time?
I think there's a lot of big entries. I did love the Jamalas winning from Ukraine, which was in this Tatarian kind of also language, and this the performance that she kind of made was so intense and so emotional that I remember
Yeah,
myself getting goosebumps. I
me
loved
too.
also when that was just like, wow, that I think I will never forget that performance, never ever in my life. I also loved when Turkey won. um
That was a big moment indeed.
yes, I loved it, I loved it. It was beautiful. Again, the song was just amazing, and the melody and the voice of the singer, like everything how it combined. I think there's these elements that just need to fall into place, so the big winner would, yeah, be announced. I don't know, it's something almost that you feel when the song is from, and it also needs to come from a pure heart, I think,
Of
from a
course.
pure place in your heart, like, so the message, like the what you want to tell people is really real, and the matter about what you're singing is really
Mhm.
impactful, and you need to somehow share it with the world. So the message is very important for me, I think, in the song. So Ukraine has done amazing entries. Of course, Sweden. How can we forget Sweden? Like Lorraine and everything.
Yeah,
She's amazing. Also, she has such a big charisma, and how she just walks on the stage, you already feel like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, what's gonna happen now? So
yeah. And
yeah.
she's very spiritual as well. Maybe it can resonate with a band like you both.
Oh, that's amazing. She's also really spiritual.
Yeah,
Well,
she is.
oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Now I like her even more.
I'm glad I help you.
Yes, you did. I
Yeah,
love her voice. I love her personality and how she is, and it seems that she doesn't age at all. Maybe she aged backwards. I don't know, but she looks amazing.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Who gets more nervous before performances?
I think my colleague Marte, because she, let's say it like this, she's really recently in music industry,
Okay.
because she's one of those people who loves music, and she's playing a lot of meditations. She's working with the instruments like gongs, Tibetan sounding
Wow.
bowls, crystal bowls, like very interesting folkloric instruments like monolina, like kuokle, which is our Latvian folkloric instrument, and the Baltics also, and even
Mhm.
Finnish people also from Finland. They also have this kind of similar instrument, but they call it in different names. So
Okay.
that's this instrument, what she has in also recorded in our song. The instrument's name is kuokla. So it's all our most folkloric, most Latvian instrument that you will see. That's the instrument. So she's more used to playing in these meditations in the smaller settings and like kind of really going into the sound and frequency and everything. And then I came and I was like, no, let's record something. Let's do something. Let's participate somewhere. And she's like, oh God, oh God. Like, where are you taking me? And
Yeah.
so I think she probably is more nervous because it's everything is really fresh and new for her, and I am trying to um, yeah, encourage her, and then she can also encourage me. It's like some kind of going forth and backwards, this kind of energy flow that we, when I feel a little bit low, she picks me up, and when she feels a little bit low, I try to pick her up. So some kind of
Yeah.
synergy, which
That's
is actually
lovely.
the name of our band, Sinergija.
Yeah. I have a question for it later.
Right.
Who loves taking selfies?
Whew. Who
It
loves
could
taking
be it could be both of you or none of you. That's an option
selfies?
as well.
That's nice. I think it's all. I think it's probably a little bit more me because I'm trying to work a little bit more with the social accounts and all of that
Mhm.
part. So it might be that I take them more, but I think she's learning. Marte is learning a lot, and lately she's been more active also on taking some photos of our like video shoots, and she's really trying to step it up because social accounts in our days, you need to work hard to
Yeah.
get the song out and spread it out. So I think we're trying to make it more even, and I'm trying to encourage her to also not just selfies, but just to maybe take some photos of our recording sessions or so what to share to
Yeah.
people.
Even if we don't like them, like the social networks and social media, we have to, you guys have to get to it because it's part of the work. Unfortunately, we live in the digital era, so
Yes, if I would have a choice, I would really live like I think in a private life, like really
yeah.
private life, and I'm not one of those people who really likes to share every detail of my life and what I do, how I do it, why do I do it, and that's an obstacle for sure that I feel I have to overcome to be more open, to be more this sharing person that needs to share more things so the audience maybe could relate more with me and my personality. So I think
Yeah.
that's a challenge, not for everyone, but for more introverted people, I think that is a challenge.
So just to finish, who spends the longest getting ready before a performance?
Wow, what a question. I think both, because
Mm.
we're such nice ladies. We need to take time to take care of ourselves. um I think both. I think we are similar in that way. That's why I love Marte so much. She's not just my colleague in music. We're really friends. Like, we're really friends. And she's one of my closest friends that I have in my life. So um it's not that we just played together and we decided to go to Supernova to have some commercial, I don't know, adventure or something like that. It's really, we're friends. We're friends. We're spending also the New Year's together. Um we're we call each other almost every other day, and we spend a lot of time together. I know everything about her family. She knows everything about my family, and um it's really a friendship, and we are alike in that way. We are complete opposites, but at the same time alike in some areas. And I think that's one of the things that also is similar. We think about how we look. We think about our outfits. We have bought some similar kind of dresses or for our performances, or some stylish, maybe new designer kind of outfits for our
Mhm.
performance. And it's important to have also the appearance. As a musician, again, you have to think about your appearance, right?
Yeah.
You It's something that comes with your image
Hmm.
together, like your music, your story, your look, like who are you? And to find this identity of how we look, I think it's been a road. Marte has a little bit different fashion sense that I do, so it's always very, she's like, no, I want more this, and I'm like, but I feel like more comfortable in this, and then we have to also find this middle kind of road in it, like compromise. But she has a very good fashion sense. Sometimes I think more like an old lady, and I think, or some linen dress, or, and she's like, no, be more cool, like wear something more like stylish. And then I look at her and think, wow, where did you get
Yeah.
this sense of fashion? Like where did it came from? I don't have it. Like where do you got it? So I sometimes try to trust her with some decision making in fashion sense. um I know she got it. She got it.
As you mentioned, you participated in Supernova 2018
Yeah.
as a solo artist, and so the competition isn't new to you. But I want to know, why are you returning as a duo, and how did you and Marte met and decide to, okay, let's make music together.
The beginning was actually really how I met with Marte. So it was really soon after I participated the first time in Supernova 2018.
Okay.
So it's like a couple of years ago. I think we met in 2018. Now it's almost 2000. It's been around 7 years that we know each other, and we played together. Um, After I did Supernova performance for the first time, I just came back in Latvia to live here and work more with music because I was studying abroad for a lot of years.
Okay.
Yes, I studied in Brussels, and I studied also in exchange in Amsterdam for a while.
Wow.
And I've been away from home such a long time, like 6 years. And then when I lived in Amsterdam, I wrote Asamiba, and I sent it to Eurovision pre-selection. And I didn't know if it would ever go through because that was my first debut as a songwriter, to try to really produce a song and to play and to sing at the same time. So it was a big surprise for me that actually so many people resonated with the song. I was in shock, and it like melted my heart for sure. And I decided that that's the moment I have to come back home. So if I wouldn't have done it then, maybe I would have lost my this opening of
Yeah.
just coming back and starting music here again. Um, when you're away for so many years, people just forget that you're here. And
I
if I was something before, if I was a cello player and I played in a lot of bands, and I always did a lot of things with music, but I went away and people just started to reach out for me because they knew that I'm not here. So that was kind of my entry back home to Latvia and starting to write music here. And so I came back, I moved into my parents' house. And near my parents' house, they had this one meditation, which I think by Facebook or somewhere I found out that it's really close by, and I thought, well, I don't have anything to do. I'm just gonna go and check it out. And it was very interesting. You had to sleep in these kind of silk bags, or that were kind of hanging from the top, and you were
Yes.
sleeping in them, and someone was like kind of swinging them a little bit, and Marta was there with her all gongs and all of these instruments and sound instruments, and I thought, wow, okay, let's listen. And so I had this experience where she played this meditation, and I felt like, wow, those sounds are so interesting. And it wasn't something that I heard before, because when you play cello and work or study a lot with these classical instruments, like the sound is completely different. But when you go
Hmm.
to these meditations where you have these non-pitch instruments where they make these wow 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 kind of interesting sounds. I thought, whoa, well, this is something I have never kind of looked into, and I was really curious. So after the meditation, I went to her and I said, "Hi, I'm Madara. What do you think? I'm a cello player. Maybe you would want to have a coffee or something, and maybe we could think if we could start to play something together." I loved her energy. She was really warm, very like kind of soothing energy. Sometimes you have these people who are like just so warm and like a little
Yeah.
sun, and I loved her energy. So that's how we started, and she was open to having this first interaction, and then we started to play some meditations, and I had to experiment with my sound with the cello. Then I started to introduce her with my songs, so we made this concert kind of meditation where I would sing my songs, and in between she would play her instruments. So
Mm-hmm.
1 hour story of beautiful songs, little hint of spirituality, and kind of giving peace to everyone who came to us, and kind of soothing kind of melodies. And so many people had so many beautiful experiences from our concerts that we decided that we have to record an album. So that's where we're at right now. We're recording an album, and while we recorded an album in the studio, in one of the sessions, I have this sudden impulse to check when do we have the deadline for entering Supernova this year. So we were talking about completely different things, but I'm like going in a website, I look for the deadline, and the deadline is after 10 days. And I'm like, 10 days. Do we have anything? Can we send something? And she looked at me and said, like, I don't think so. We had one really beautiful song before, but we released it in the summer, and um, there are some specifications. I mean, you can't send a song that has been released before some certain date.
Mm-hmm.
It's really strict. So finally I said to her, but we have so many themes, like we have so many songs already written. Why don't we just have a look what we have? Maybe we can still make something to send to Supernova. And she was like, okay, what do you have in mind? So for next 10 days before the deadline, we rearranged one song that we had already recorded, but I rewrite the lyrics because I decided maybe something in English this year. And I set my 3 days. I wrote the lyrics from the morning till the evening. I was trying to get the perfect sound, perfect meaning, the message, and everything. And that's how Bound by the Light was born. So
Okay.
I sent it to the before the deadline, the last day, I think.
Cool.
Last day, last hour.
Glad you did.
Yes, and then I thought, I don't know what's going to happen, but I had a good feeling. But I had a good feeling that this song should be heard, but I didn't know what will happen. And when we received an email that we have gone to semifinals, we were like ecstatic. We were super happy.
I know you've sung in Latvia for a long time. This is a question that's related with this English phase.
Mhm.
Is Bound by the Light the first song you've risked singing in English, or it was something you've wanted to do for a while?
When I lived abroad in Brussels and Amsterdam, I used to talk a lot English, and I used to think even in English, and I wrote all songs in English. And then SME became, and it was a Latvian, so that was actually a surprise for me, because I used to write a lot of songs in English and when I was abroad. So that's how I connected with being away. And when I came back, I had all of these songs in English, and then I translated all of them to Latvian, and I
Okay.
released them also in Latvian, because here the audience, if so many people in music industry, they said to me that you first need to get to Latvian radios and then think about going more abroad. So you need to release better your songs in Latvian. So I kind of rearranged everything and I recorded only in Latvian. And already for some time I have thought like, but why not English? Like, why can't I maybe release also my songs in English? Why not try to? I know the Latvian language is really beautiful and it has its own sound and its own vibration, how you spell it and everything, and it's beautiful. But at the same time, I was always keen to just also sing in English because I know the language. I mean, why wouldn't I try to sing in English? So for me, this was like a challenge for myself this time, and I wanted to have this experience to sing in English for Eurovision fans. Not because I wouldn't think my language is good enough. I think it is good enough, and that's why I also added this bridge in Latvian where we kind of chanted in this like kind of kind of like spiritual chant, or like kind of this manner of folkloric manner. um I think it's beautiful enough. I think it's good enough, and you will see that this year there's already also a couple of entries in Latvian for
Mhm.
Supernova, which is beautiful. um but I think in this period of time and this particular circumstances, what I had, I my gut feeling was saying English, and I wanted to give myself this opportunity to do it in English. So it's going to be really fun, and I am. I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to sing in English, and I feel good enough for it. Yes, I'm happy.
And why Sinergija? How does this name reflect your work?
So after playing together for a while, we didn't have a name for our duo, and we started to think like, what could be the name of us? What is what represents us? And the only thing that we had in common was this feeling of really, while we had this performance where we play these songs and meditations and we play them without stops. And it's almost like you have to feel what the other person is feeling to be able to play the right sound in the right moment and kind of have this really strong bond between both of us to be able to perform what we wanted to perform, what was our idea of these new kind of way concert meditations, what we created. um so the only thing that really bounded us was this inner feeling of connecting between both of us and connecting with the audience also through the music. So the name synergy is the name Sinergija, which is connection between both of us, inner kind of energy connection and connection through music to audience. So we can create something, what we connect and create together. Also, by creating it, we can also connect with our audience and with our people. And through this music, we can heal each other, heal ourselves, and heal also the people who are listening. So it's this kind of energy flow that impacts us and impacts also the audience who is listening. And that's why also Bound by the Light, because it's a song about keeping this light energy and bringing it forward to our fans and to the ones who needs to hear this song. Because maybe so many people will be like, oh my god, what is this song like? Why do you sing about some kind of light, and what does it mean even, and what do you want? Maybe let's better make some other kind of beat song where we can dance and do other stuff. But this song is about really listening, like kind of disappearing in the rhythm of the song, and in kind of this meditative and trance state where you can connect with yourself and connect with this higher light energy to be able to live without fear and it's about this connection between people also. That's why there are these lyrics: bound by the light, fear is gone, hearts is one. And just this union of people, to so we would be able to feel each other and make a world a better place.
Oh wow, that's lovely. Yeah, and you can feel we can feel that healing energy when I listen to the song. It's very special for me. I love Anya, and when I heard
Oh
your
yeah.
song for the first time, I think this is a big compliment, actually. But yeah, when I heard the song for the first time, I was like, wow, this is so Anya, this is so cool. And yeah,
Wow. I got goosebumps right now when you told this. Like, oh my God. It's so
yeah,
beautiful.
it was my first thought actually. But with this said, your musical style is very unique, I think.
Yeah.
How do you think this style would be received by an international audience, such as Eurovision?
Yes, it's a really interesting question, and it's a really good question actually also. Um, but during the years, you have seen that their most interesting winners have been, right, during the decades. You have seen some like Israel's performance that won. It was really like chicka chicka choo and really sparkly and like a lot of energy, and then like then you saw like Portugal, which was super like soft and yes, like beautiful, ethereal, and
Yeah.
just wow. And there was nothing of some other kind of entries, winning performances. It was just pure from the heart and beautiful soul music. And so you can see these very different styles every year in the Eurovision, right? And there's also that metal music like Lords from Finland that has won, which was also again completely different world. So you never know. I think you never know how can the world receive it. I think it's more about, is it time? Is it time for them to receive it? Are they ready
Okay,
for it to receive it?
that's a
And
good point.
what is this year's thing that they need the most? What do people need? Do they need fun? Do they need like just good dance music? Do they need something more spiritual, more maybe more folkloric, or more just simple, or more complicated? What do they need? It's something about how this world develops and evolves, and these energies that we go through. And there's been a lot of years, like last year when Nemo also won. His song was amazing. It was so dynamic. There was like rap, and there was dubstep, and there was like so many things in it. But maybe this year, maybe this year, after everything that has been like happening in the world, maybe there is something that like something meaningful and something truthful that could resonate with people and bring out some light and just some beautiful energy. So I think I will hope for that. I don't know if that's true, but I will hope for that, and I will do my best to um, give a beautiful performance, so I would just reach people's heart, and we will see what happens.
Talking about performance, I have to put out this question. I know you can say too much. You can give us too much information, but I can imagine you two are super busy preparing your performance. What details can you share about the staging for this song?
Yeah. So we are working a lot for our performance. We have some rehearsals. The national TV, we already have some meetings with the producers of the show. And I think it will really start really heat up in January, after the New Year's change to
Yeah,
New Year's
resolutions.
celebration.
Yeah,
Let's say it like
yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah.
I think it's going to heat up a little bit more, but we will have a performance where so it will be me and Marte on the stage, but we will release also a music video where we have this um, a group of dancers that are involved in the video. So we want to bring some of those dancers because we can't bring too many, right? Because there's a
Yes,
limit
only
on the stage.
six. Only
Exactly.
6 people on the stage. Yeah.
Exactly. So we can't do really more. I would love to bring all of them and just have like crazy ritual on the stage,
Yeah.
but we can't. So we will have 4 dancers, and we have a choreographer that is also, she's very powerful and very very strong woman, and she's designing this performance choreography of the performance, which we still have to train and kind of skill it out, because I have to sing and play it at the same time, then I still have to move. So it is complicated. It's like every detail, you have to think about every detail what you do on the performance, and can how it can impact also my maybe vocal performance. And um so it's very interesting. It's a little bit challenging, but we are introducing with these dancers, hopefully beautiful lights. And we have one more thing, but I don't know even English name in English for it. And maybe I will not tell everything.
Okay, let's
What
keep
we
the
will,
secrets.
yeah. But in overall, we want to create this kind of mystical but very empowering and light energy moving powerful performance, where we will try to do as much as we can from our stage to bring out to people to have this right message of the song.
I heard that your sister lives in Switzerland. Do
Yes.
you think this might be a sign for your victory? And what would it mean for you and Marte to represent Latvia at Eurovision?
First of all, how did you heard that? Like from where? What are your
I I
sources?
searched a lot because I'm preparing myself very well for these
Wow.
interviews. I want to do my job correctly. So
Amazing. Well, really a cookie for you for this one. That's amazing. My sister really lives in Switzerland. Yes, that's true. And she's living near Zurich. And when she found out that I am participating in Supernova, first message of her was, "We are waiting you. Just your place is here set. I'm talking to everyone here already about my sister and her song. Everyone has heard it. You have to come here. We are waiting for you to perform." So that was really nice and encouraging. And to be honest, maybe it's written in the stars that I have to go there. My sister lives there. I have been also in, of course, in Switzerland because my sister is there. I know that country really well, and I love Switzerland. So it's a nice bonus. It's for sure a really nice feeling that I already have someone there, and which is so positively kind of wired for me to that they're waiting me there, and then for me to go there. So if I would have like a dream and everything what I imagine would happen true, it would be that I'm the performer of Latvia this year, and I'm going to Eurovision, and I'm singing my song "Bound by the Light," and everything is beautiful, and I'm there with Hello and my ginger hair, and everything is flying. The wind is in my hair, and I'm just giving my all to Eurovision. That would be my ideal scenario, and of course, it will mean a lot because I think those experiences are almost once in a lifetime experiences when you have can have something like this. So I do think that I'm ready. In 2018, I was still really young, and that was my first try. And although the song was really from a pure place in my heart, and people felt it. I
Yeah,
think I think
it's a
my
beautiful song
it was
as
such a
well.
beautiful song.
Yeah, it was.
It was such a beautiful song. I still perform it all the time. Like, it's one of in Latvia, that's one of most popular songs, I think, still until this day. Like, people listen to it. I play it in weddings. People get married to this song. They just love it so much. So it means like the world to me. Also, that song still. I think it's one of those songs that will just stick forever, I think, in this country. And um and Bound by the Light, I think, could be hopefully one of the songs that could stick in Eurovision for a very long time, and maybe, yeah, just speak to people's hearts there. So I do feel ready this year. I don't know how the stars are aligned, and if I will, if the way will, let's say it like this, if everything will fall into place and I will be able to really go there, that would be unbelievable and amazing, and like undescribable feeling. So there are a lot of competition this year. There are amazing artists which are participating in this year's Supernova. So um I don't know what's gonna happen, because it's really insane how many great songs are participating this year.
Yeah.
The only thing that I have, that our song is different kind of sounding. Our song is different, and it has a different message, and then we have our own kind of energy and vibe how we do the things. So I hope that that will really resonate with people. But we will see. In best scenario, I do go to Switzerland.
Madre, just to wrap up our interview, what message would you like to leave for Eurovision followers and the Portuguese community who supports your song?
I would like to say that music is healing, and music is something more just than just putting some chords together and performing it. It's a message. It's something that comes deep within our soul, something that comes from our hearts. It's a magical creation, and I would just wish for everyone, like, who is diving into this world of music, to have this experience, to open up themselves for something new, maybe to experiment with the sound, to experiment with the frequency, to experiment with the rhythm, and maybe not be too keen to just have this short tunnel vision and listening to only their favorite genre and only their favorite artists, but open up. And I think Eurovision is about that, to see the world's music, to see what each country has to kind of offer to this wide audience. And I would really wish everyone to, and also fans, just to really open your hearts, listen what is the meaning of the song, each song, listen also to the lyrics, not just maybe the music, because it's also something that is connected and intertwined with the music, the chords, the lyrical message. And the ones who already support Bound by the Light and love this song, um, find your special place, find your moment where you can really relax, put the song on, close your eyes, light up a candle, have a little maybe wine glass or something, and just let yourself go and lose yourself into that song, and you will see amazing things you will feel. And that's what I want to share. And I'm very thankful to be a part of this experience. And I'm thankful for Marcia, that I can talk to you today. And yes, just, yeah, live in the music. Thank you.
Madre, thank you so much for your time. Guys, don't forget to watch the first semifinal or the only semifinal of Supernova. It happens on 1st January.
February.
February, yeah. Thank you.
Not for January. Please, no.
No.
In 2 days then.
That's too
can't.
early.
No, please, no. 1st
In
February. In a month.
February. Don't forget to watch it and to vote for Bound by the Lights.
Yes,
And
please.
Madara,
Vote for Bound by the Light.
see you in the finals, definitely. I think that's a
Yes!
safe. I think
will
that's
be
a
in the
safe.
finals.
That's safe to say. Okay. So thank
Yeah.
you so much for your time, and we see each other.
Yes, it was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.